Boom, 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 boom. Hey, hello. Hey, welcome. Conversations with a Pit Bull Live. I am Foster Carter, and before I switch, I'm going to tell you I got a guest and co-host today, and you and I will be meeting her for the first time, okay? But before I get to that, we've been away because I've been working on a new movie called Yanks, and it's really exciting. And you know, I had to take this job. I'm producing and cinematographer for the movie, starring Cat Williams and Oba Babatunde, and they play two brothers. One's a priest, and they're estranged, and one's owner of a male exotic dancer club. And their son, or the preacher's son, brings them back together, but it's a lot of drama and great dancing and wonderful photography in between that. But I know, first of all, I want to start off by saying everyone send your prayers and love and support to Paula Archer, you know, our producer and what I call my Midwest mom, because she's ill and she is the backbone of my operation, heart and soul, partner, buddy, and everything. You know, you guys that know the Paula Archer name, if you guys knew the woman, you'd have a whole new awareness. You know, she's one of the hardest working people in animal advocacy. And I want to say first, on the last Conversations with a Pitbull show, we were able to, for the first time, we had 12 dogs rescued, saved. And that's a milestone for us. You know, we have been averaging 2 or 3 dogs a week, and I don't know any other show, as I've said, like our show in the world at all, because, you know, we are the Howard Stern of the dog world. We're the Rush Limbaugh of animal support. We are the ABC, NBC, and Fox News. We are totally different, you know, and I am a Negro. Oh, wait a minute, who said that? You know, and I mean, there's so many issues, but this is a social media show is what the theme is supposed to be, but I want to change it. It's the Save My Life show, okay? Because I'm talking to everybody out there that can spell dog, ever said dog, can see a dog, ever saw a dog, anything cat, animal, I don't care. I've spent the last couple of years putting money into trying to support the rescues and trying to support the animal community, period, across the world. And I want to thank everybody that has, you know, participated in that and helped with that. But I'm calling on you guys now because this is the big one, Breeder X. You know, if you don't know about Breeder X, then that's okay. You know, I don't know where you've been. But if you do, I need you to get active. I need you to ask somebody if we've ever made you guys happy to, if you've ever learned anything from our shows, if you've ever laughed, smiled, said, who does that guy think he is? If you ever, you know, wanted to get us off the air, you know, then we need you to do something with Breeder X. Even, I don't care if you hate it, if you send an email and somebody and tell somebody, but October the 11th, my life is on the line because I spent all of this leading up to that. I looked at everything that's going on, and we need something big, and you know my whole thing, education through entertainment. You can't beat people down and be preachy and get the general public. You know, the people who are watching me right now, you guys, you don't need convincing. You don't need to be sold on the problems and the solutions in the animal world. But the general public, you know, the average person out there, they need to know. So we can change things, we can educate people, we can make a lot of awareness. October the 11th with Breeder X on Foster's Animal World YouTube. It's not costing any money. The Humane Society, ASPCA, we can go through a list of names of companies and organizations and all of this stuff that ask you guys for money. I haven't asked for a dime. Okay, I provided free education and entertainment for over 2 years, and I'm just asking for a click of the mouse, man. Doesn't cost a dime. A click of a mouse, and that's it. So my life is on the line. Everything I've been doing will be a lie if we cannot make Breeder X become a hit, and everybody within the sound of my voice and your computer and your email list and your Facebook friends and your Twitter people and your Instagrammers and everything else that you can imagine, if you don't make the effort to help spread the awareness, then it's not a failure on my part, it's a failure on your part, because you're just kidding, you're lying, and you really aren't serious about changing the world, because that's what we live for, is changing the world. We got the power, we can do it. So that's all I'm gonna say on that, but that's a lie for a few minutes. So with that, let me introduce our in-studio guest and co-host for the day, because Danny is not here. Paula, God, get better, baby, get better. That's all I can say to you, get better. We're going to have Fred Cray with us today, I hope. I haven't spoken to him for a couple of weeks. Drayton Michaels, I love you. Deidre, Little Darlings, love you. All you guys all around the country who's been emailing and texting, and I haven't been on email in at least 2 weeks. I haven't been on Facebook in 3 weeks. Trying to work to just keep a roof over the head, the gas in the car, and Breeder X finished, So, without further ado, hi.
Hi.
How about this? I'm Foster Corder.
I'm Rachel Lamb.
Rachel Lamb. I've heard Rachel Lamb's name. Where are you from, Rachel?
Originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh.
All right. And is it like Chicago? I'm from Chicago and glad to be a long way away from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
We're about 3 hours apart.
Yeah.
We grew up with the same tundra.
Yeah?
Frozen.
Yeah, frozen.
Tundra.
Cold.
The lake effect.
30 degrees below. So what organization are you with?
I am a rescue founder myself. I started my own rescue. It's called Holly Wolf to the Rescue.
Holly Wolf to the Rescue. All right. Holly Wolf to the Rescue. So tell us about Holly Wolf first. Before we talk about Holly Wolf, have you ever heard of Breeder X?
I have.
Oh.
I have.
Hey.
Through social media, through Paula.
Hey, there you go.
Working.
See, Paula, man. Paula, I can't tell you, and again, I'm not going to put anybody's health things out there, but guys, just like let go of your mouse for a second and just, God, Allah, Jehovah, Buddha, whoever you believe in, just send a little good vibe out there to my baby, because, she's there for everybody. I don't know very few people who have reached out for Paula for some help and support on a cause or, a dog and what have you, that, she hasn't done her best to, to help. So let's send her there. So tell us more.
Well, I started rescuing accidentally almost 2 years ago, so not that long. I went to a shelter in Los Angeles called North Central, which is in Highland Park.
Right.
And I was actually looking for a lost dog, and it was my first time at a city shelter, ever in my whole life. And my first experience really face-to-face seeing what's happening and seeing pit bulls, which is something I didn't grow up with.
Changed your life, huh?
I didn't. They found me. I thought I was there looking for a dog, and actually, I was found.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the whole, you know, animal awareness. I hate to say advocacy sometimes, because you know certain people have you know messed up the message for the general public. You know, but once you become aware, once you know get out of your normal zone and you see what's going on, it's impossible. If you're any intelligent person whatsoever, it's impossible not to try to do something. You know, it's changed your life. You know, I mean, because right is right. You know, so.
Yeah, you don't have to be. You don't have to own any pets. You don't have to be a breed lover of a specific breed or cats. Anything. When you see it up close for the first time, yeah, it changes your life and gives you a mission that you didn't even know that you could have.
So you guys work with all kinds of dogs, or just pit bulls, or
primarily pit bulls. It started with actually a dog named Darwin, and there can't even talk about him.
Darwin's theory.
He's got a few. I was rescuing him for a rescue group in Hawaii, almost 2 years ago, and they changed their mind. They backed out as soon as I got him out of the shelter, and I had this dog, and he is still with me.
Right.
Darwin. And so it's gradually become it became a rescue by me rescuing him, and it just snowballed. And social media was everything. It changed everything.
Yeah.
It put me on this path.
Yeah.
Completely unintentionally.
And so expand upon, because how social media changed, because I've made an attempt, you know, in social media, you know, you know, I can't say that we've been successful or unsuccessful, you know. We've just been consistent, you know. I don't care if, you know, one person's watching or 1,000 people are watching or what have you. I'm doing it for the animals, and I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I'm doing what I can. You know, I don't have a lot of money, so I can't, you know, support a lot of different, you know, organizations that way. I'm an artist, so I work in entertainment, and the best thing I felt I could do is to use my art for that change. And social media is the way that I've seen, you know, just using the internet, because then they say it's free. Well, that depends. You know?
Oh, there's a cost. There's a price you pay.
Yeah, boy, that's why, you know, it's so funny. Yeah, that's another story. Anyway, social media, I think, you know, it's the best thing ever in, you know, to come along with the telephone and sliced bread and, you know, other world-changing things. And I think that within the pit bull community and the animal community, period, there's so many people that think it's just email. You know, they don't realize the power, you know. And as we said on other shows and had guests in, you know, the egos have to step aside. That's the major problem, you know. If everybody stopped thinking like you think in normal life, you know, it's kind of like driving, you know, when you're driving down the street and someone just refuses to let you in, you know, they just refuse to. They see you trying to get over, and it's not gonna change their life to give you one click, one slowdown to let you in, but it's something in them that makes them think it's about them. Like they're in a race with you, so if they let you in, they're gonna lose, you know. So that's the kind of mindset that I see in social media, where people will either think it's about them, you know, because we've helped so many rescues and all these people out there, because it's not about this show. It's about this show helping people like you and people who've sat in these seats and, you know, we've gone out and interviewed and different things. It's about helping someone help someone else, you know. What was that? Was it Robin Williams had that movie about Play It Forward or something like that? Was that Robin Williams? Or
was that Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson? I don't know.
Helen Hunt?
Yeah, somebody. Chris, you know? Hey, we got a board up. Chris is in the house today. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
There you go. You know, that's the main man. So I know you said him and Paula have a special relationship too, you know. So, and I was trying to get her to Skype, and she's just trying to breathe and coughing and and I said, nah. So tell us how social media, you see it, how it can be used better, or what's the benefits of it, the shortcomings, any of those.
Well, definitely the benefits are tremendous, but for every benefit, there's a negative, just like in life. For me, it was just, I was already on Facebook when I started to rescue or network dogs, and it was just a matter of seeing constantly through your news feed, dog. There's in people with their voices trying to just put, you know, an A number, an animal ID number to a face.
Right.
And that's what struck me initially. So when I was starting to rescue, I just realized that the broadest network that I could have is a social media network. And it's you have to have a few things. You have to have a really compelling picture, but not a picture that's set up to be make you feel sad, but it's an honest look at, this is this dog. Here's his A number. He doesn't even have a name. And this is where he's at. And you know what? This is my mission. Will you join me with it? And I feel that what I learned from the very beginning, and I didn't realize I was doing it until people pointed it out to me, was just that I was speaking in normal conversation when I was typing, there's this dog, and this is what I feel when I look at him, and this is the look he gave me. And I wasn't trying to paint a picture of sorrow or sadness or give me your money with this emotion. It was just me. It was my therapy of saying, this is how this animal just looked at me, and I need to share it because I can't carry it alone. And it started just naturally with people. I don't even know how they found my Facebook page. I don't know. I had it set public, but I don't know. It was just people from all over the world started just saying, if you save this dog, I'll donate $5.
Right.
Or I'll do this and I'll do that. And all of a sudden, you know, this was in 2012, there were over 40 pit bulls that we were able to network just through my page, through a picture. And most of them were adopted straight out. About a quarter of them went to rescues, and then a few kept for myself and rescued and found homes for.
Wow.
So I found that social media made all of that possible, but, you know, it's a double-edged sword because even though I'm just a small person with just, you know, I'm just one person in millions of people in Los Angeles especially, but in the world, you open yourself up for criticism.
So did she say that?
Not that it's like a rocket science revelation,
That's right,
but it surprised me because I'm just a person from a small town, and I wasn't trying to be a public figure, but it became a lot of people with opinions. And
so you put that target on your chest because you decided to take a stand, because you decided to have the nerve to try to change things, you know, and it's like you say, it's the good and the bad. It comes, you know, and that's, but we take that, you know, we take that because
it's worth every moment of stress.
That's right.
And tears.
You know,
it doesn't matter. It's about the dog. It doesn't matter about my hurt feelings.
Yeah. You know, and I had forgotten, you know, because I've been away for 3 weeks or a month or something, you know, and someone who I haven't seen in 40 years found me on Twitter. You know, like I think I got 7,000 followers and stuff on Twitter, and this person just reached out for me, right? And I was so shocked yesterday that I actually tweeted them my phone number. I was on set. I was like, oh my God, you know, and they said, I'm trying to get in touch with you. And I've totally been stupid off, you know, I've been away and just so used to all my conversations are like 30 seconds, you know, because somebody's screaming my name, you know, give me, and I tweeted, and afterwards, like, as soon as I hit the button, I said, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm like, where is the cloud?
Where am I clicking?
Yeah. How do I unclick that? You know. So I mean, because you know, you're right. I mean, I've had haters, man. I mean, because I almost stopped. You know, in the very, very beginning of the whole social media thing and stepping out there with conversations with a pit bull. Number one, you know, you're just like you say, just anybody who puts themselves out in social media is the basic public, and you've got something to say and you're trying to do something, that's going to bring about just people who don't have lives, who, you know, who want to hate. And then when you say the pit bull word, you know, that brings a whole nother level of things. And then when you say animals, people say, well, you fanatic, you know, you crazy, you know, and then when, you know, and I'm not playing the race car at all. Race car. You know, but when you're black.
Me either.
You know, yeah, exactly. Being a woman and blonde and stupid, you don't know nothing, you know. And then having these bad boys, you know, it's automatically, oh, Rastaman, he just wants to try to get some ganja, man. You know, it's like, and then, you know, just trying to educate. You know, because some people, some people can't learn, some people can't change, and some few people hate change, you know, so, yeah. But you know what? I think we don't have any Pitbull energy drinks here. Chris, are there any in the studio? Pitbull? What's going on, man? I go away for a couple of weeks and the world changes. Here, I know, you know, I'm going to say thank you, Mr. Obama, for the recent contributions you made to ISIS. You know, it was like he gave them a little bit of our American hardware and, you know, explosives and stuff. And, you know, we can't have enough of that.
Can't get a Pitbull drink.
Yeah, I know. I would have stopped at the store. I got $2 because I've been working. So, you know, it's like I can buy one, man. But I want to say, you know, our sponsor, Pitbull Energy Drink, has been so tremendous to us. That's the way that we've been able to get on the air. But, you know, I do want to say that all of you, you know, great dog food or animal products people who have anything that you need the public to be aware of, we're the place that you should be, you know, coming to saying, hey, can we advertise? Look at that.
Oh boy, ask and you shall receive.
Look at that. Look what just happened. Where is the camera? I think it is the the Pitbull here. Which one do you want?
Well, I don't want to pull the race card, but I'm gonna take the black.
My kind of woman. What can I say? You know. So, I guess we should go ahead. And we're going to pop the tops, and we'll go to a commercial. And I don't know, Chris, if you've got it in your magical system over there, but we can play the trailer or a little snippet from Breeder X or something. I don't know if you got that. Say, from the look on his face, we don't. So let's take a commercial for our sponsor, Pitbull Energy Drink.
Cheers.
And here's Friday, Breeder X, October the 11th. Find us on the web, YouTube, Facebook. Join the group, be part of it, be part of the movement. See you in a second.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with and vitamins B6 and B12 with a ginger ale and lime flavor. Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
Oh, that's it. Hey, okay, let's see. I think Chris has got our first Breeder X trailer. Let's see if, or just a little promo piece. It's not really the trailer, but you guys have seen it. But I have to play it because from now, and you know, October is Pitbull Awareness Month.
Yes, sir.
So, and that's why we're launching in. That's why we're launching October the 11th, because it's Pitbull Awareness Month, and what better time to launch a show that's anti-dog fighting and breeding and animal abuse and, you know, just all of the issues, you know, that we all know need to be addressed. And, you know, I need you guys, because it's not just about, you know, us and what we're doing, but the whole purpose of why we need to get, let's say 1 million people at least to click on and watch the premiere episode of Breeder X is because the big picture is, you know, you see somebody does something, put a stupid video up on YouTube, you know, with some asshole kicking a cat off the porch or something, right? And it will have 20 million views, mm-hmm. 50 million views. And they play that on the news and they say, this is going viral and da-da-da-da-da. Well, if Breeder X, and I guarantee if anybody watches the premiere episode, which Drayton Michaels, I'm still trying to get finished the music. You know, I mean, I should have finished it months ago, but I was so depressed just because of the whole anti-fighting back against it, pushing so hard. You all, anybody in dogs, anybody in rescue, anybody in the work that all you guys do, you've had those days where, you know, you wake up and you're just like, oh my God, why am I doing that?
I had that this morning.
You had that this morning, and she still came here. You know,
I got my 2 pit bulls rescues at home, looking at me, and I'm like, oh, here we go, another day.
Yeah.
Facebook blowing, oh God.
Yeah, so in one of those moments, you know, which we fight through, you know, we just shake off because we look in those dogs' eyes.
That's it.
And it's gone, you know, all that hate is just left, you know, because it's all about the love. But so the purpose of Breeder X, and Cheryl, if you're out there, I know you were going to, you know, you probably working, most people have real jobs, then Skype in and talk to us because we want to know what's going on in Portland. But my whole plan and my mission to take over the world is, or change it, is if we can get 1 million people to watch that, mm-hmm. then the news coverage and maybe a network like FX, which this show is perfect for, or Showtime and HBO and all of the rest, will take a look and say, whoa, you know, maybe this is something different, and that's the truth. It's so different, that we can get a network deal. Imagine how many millions of people watch these detective shows, mm-hmm. watch these police shows, watch these hospital shows, watch soap operas, and don't touch my soaps. Ladies, I'm sorry.
My GH?
Yeah, that's right. You know, so, but, you know, we've seen so many police crime stories. We've seen so many love stories. I mean, that literally change people's minds. You know, Hollywood exports its media over the world. People like they said Osama bin Laden was sitting in a cave and he had cable. Yeah. You know, I mean, so people watching DVDs everywhere. They're watching what comes out of Hollywood, and the purpose when the Germans originally created film, and with the whole sit in a dark room, watch the flicker, and it goes directly to your senses, your mind, your ears, and you become brainwashed. So taking the art form back to its original purposes, if we can use Hollywood and entertainment and slip in that message of the animal things that we need people to pay attention to, then we can be so effective. Millions of people besides the people, who know already will become, because, I want to reach the kids, some adults you can just forget about, just write them off. They're stuck, they're sad, they're angry, they they have their opinions and their views, and it won't change. But the kids, anybody under, 18, we still have a chance to form their opinion in their life and the way that they, treat animals, look towards animals, breed animals, what they allow, what they don't. There's so many issues and so many things that it's not just one. I'm not just talking about dogfighting, because that's a problem. I'm not just talking about breeding. That's a problem. For me, holy moly.
The Beatles are here.
Yeah, and you know what?
Sweet.
I didn't even know I had left my phone on. But as I was saying, at least my ringer,
That's Chris.
But as I was saying that there's so many problems out there when it comes to the animal world, besides dogfighting and breeding and the abuse and adoption and all of these things. But personally, for me, the breeding is the number one issue. If we could educate the public and mainly the kids to understand that spade and neutering are something that everyone should be concerned about, because I bring people in on this show, and we have guests in, and I've seen people doing wonderful work, particularly a lot of pit bull rescues. But I'll watch it. I'll go to the shelters, and I'll see a group will take 3 dogs out of the front door, that they rescue from a shelter, and use their rescue to help rehabilitate the dog to get adopted. But at the same time that they're walking out the front door with 2 or 3 dogs, out the back door with 2 or 3 dogs, there's 8 dogs, 10 dogs coming in the front door being dropped off for stupid reasons. And so if we can cut down the breeding, just the people being irresponsible, with their animal ownership, I think that would be the first dent. That would be the biggest dent to me, because from what we've seen on the show and all of the guests that we've had in, and the different, Fred Cray, the legal beagle from Miami, who's regular with us, across the United States, dogfighting statistically has gone down. But when we talk about cities like, a lot of cities, but, Detroit, and why does that keep happening?
Chris,
Here.
come on.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Chris, can't you control my phone? I'm going to go ahead and just turn that off. I don't know how. I just got this phone. Right. Ba-doom,
You can
boom.
blame it on that. Sure.
Yeah. It's like, well, do you know where the off button is, dude? Yeah. It's like, let me see. I got something now. It's like, there you go. Look at that. There, it works. Let's see if it works like that. All right. So anyway,
You're talking about Detroit now, so my ears are perking up.
yeah. Well, we have low friends in high places. I mean, we have in Detroit. It's like the dogfighting coalition is in Detroit, because it's a big problem. In Cleveland, it's a problem. And it's a problem everywhere. I'm not just targeting those cities. In Kentucky, and with our good friend Richards, and Miami, every damn place, even overseas. We have friends in so many different countries around the world that people watch the show. But actually, we're gonna have somebody from Denmark, Chris, next week, Skyping in and stuff. And dogfighting is still a problem, but the breeding issue is, to me, the biggest problem. The animal abuse, it's major. I think Miami just set up a new program that, I don't know. I get so confused because I don't get a chance to pay attention enough. It was either Miami or Minnesota.
It starts with an M. Okay. Keep talking. Well, Miami has their BSL laws.
Yeah.
So what are they trying to come up with?
Well, they have a new animal abuse program to prosecute animal abusers. So I want to raise my pit bull to them.
Cheers to
it's
that.
like that's major. Because animal abuse. Speaking of animal abuse, did you saw the Breeder X trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it.
So what do you think about that idea, period? When you first saw it, and I don't know if it was a result of Paula Archer, or it's just something that you saw on the web and stuff, but what was your first reaction when you saw that?
My first reaction was just that finally there's something.
Yeah.
It was just like, it's about damn time.
Yeah.
That was my thought. And I just kind of, and then I just went into my own little world of just like, oh, where can we take this? And then what's the next thing? And I went to the big picture, and I admit I didn't stay on yours.
Yeah, right.
But I was like, oh yeah, how can we build on this?
Right.
And who's the next person waiting in line to make their mark and make their educated, presentation to the world?
Yeah, because it's just, and that's about it too, is next, that's what I'm trying to do, is stimulate everybody to understand you can do something. You just don't have to settle. And when I look at the little teaser, because it's a series, and it's been tough, man. Because the reason that everybody's not in Hollywood, everybody's not, making movie or making shows and whatever, because it costs money, And besides the creativity and the time and the energy that it takes to do it, I mean, it's hard to do anything in this city without money, And to say that you're going to do a series, be it a web series or a full-blown television series or filming anything, it just takes money. And being a starving artist, just imagine I'm the musician, the horn player, at the suitcase and going from city to city, motel to motel. It's just you just blow that horn and make a couple of bucks and just kind of keep on going. And I've just been throwing everything that I could into Breeder X. So that's why it's really important you guys just like it or not like it, watch it, But I guarantee, I swear, not if, because that's not speaking in the positive. When people see the premiere episode, there's nothing guaranteed. There's nothing you can't. But I swear, if they don't want to see more from that, and that's all you can ask of any entertainment, be it a 30-second commercial or a motion picture where you say, wow, I want to see the next one. They got to make that a franchise or series or something. The first episode is the one that you have to watch it. I mean, if you don't form an opinion, the only thing with the trailer, right, that I found, because I have I made a couple of faith-based movies, and then I produced and directed and cinematography and stuff, and so I've got a lot of people who know me, who I'm not an overly religious guy. I'm just Baptist, Catholic, Muslim, Presbyterian, dabba. Hold on, I gotta take this. Hey, I'm on the web hold on, this is, hello. This is my work. Hey, guys, you get to see what happens. You know, I'm trying to pay the bills on Breeder X, so
That's
this
right.
phone call is about to. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Tell him I said 2, and I'll call him. I'm on the show right now, okay? Yeah, 2 single bankinos. Yes. And if you didn't get to Georgia, 1,200 feet of cable. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Tell him I'm on the show. Okay. And people are looking at me hating right now. Like, the nerve of you.
It's
All
terrible.
Right. All right. Thank you. See you in an hour.
Well, I think this is a great example.
Yeah.
People, they assume that animal rescuers or advocates, that's their full-time job.
Right.
And they don't realize that we all have 4 jobs just to pay the bills, 2 jobs just to pay for the dogs.
That's right, exactly.
And then to do the part that really, the education.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. That's if we could all spend our time doing just Breeder X.
Yeah.
Or, just with my 6 dogs.
Right.
That would be fine. There's
That's
plenty of time to get the message out, but
That's right.
we have all these other balls that we
That's
got to
right.
keep in the air.
That's
And
right.
I think that's, it's a common misconception.
Oh boy, I tell you, man. And speaking of all those other balls, I want to say hello, love you, to my daughter. Both my daughters, but my daughter Pilar. As a lot of people know, because I spoke about it on the show, she went away 2 weeks ago now to doing missionary work,
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so she's going to be gone for 6 months. And, as a dad, territory, I'm like, oh, you can do that right here. Go to Goodwill or something,
Downtown.
Yeah, but, being my child, she's got a mind of her own, and she's out there, and God bless you, baby, And with that, today is my brother's birthday. Walter, happy birthday. He will be 65 or something like that. And God knows that's a miracle in itself, Because, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Don't get me started. Every family's got one, right? And Walter Quarter.
Hey, you're from Chicago. You know about the Polacks.
That's right. Oh, my
You know
God.
what I grew up with. It's okay.
Oh, my God. You know what?
got 'em.
That's right. Chicago people, you know Chicago, Chicago was one of the most racist cities that you could ever want to imagine. It's a big city, and they say it's, the little New York and all this other stuff, but it's the divide, the way that whoever set up Chicago, I guess the Irish, back in the day set it up, because the blacks live here, the Italians live here, the Germans live here, the Jews live here, the Puerto Ricans live here, the Polish live here, the Italians, and and the Asians, because they lump you guys all together, because they say, what about Mexican? They didn't have Mexicans in Chicago. We had Puerto Ricans. If you was Mexican, you was Puerto Rican. It's like we didn't. But at that time, it was so deep. But with the Polish, or the Polacks, as they say, when I grew up, because it was like heavy like gangs now. They just drive by and shoot. But back in the day, you were in a gang, you would fight. It was about your fist fight, knowing how to box and stuff. The big deal was the guy had a knife, a switchblade or something. The one thing that, as a kid, never left my mind, it was so weird, but it's the Polish people, right? And I only knew them never knew women, you only knew the guys that you fought. The Polish guys, unlike all the other white guys that we would end up having a fight with somewhere as you try to move around the city, because gangs are bullies. They're thugs, they're punks, cowards, because, a gang would never jump on somebody or fight somebody if it's just one of them. Mm-hmm. It's got to be 3, 4, 5, 6 guys against one guy or 2 guys, And you get caught in that situation where it's 5 guys chasing you to beat you up or something, or vice versa. I had so much respect for those Polish guys because, they'd be running and fight, and the Polish guy would turn around and say, fuck this. I'm good. You know, come on, man.
I'm gonna grab my kielbasa.
Yeah, and they fucking,
on.
yeah, it's like they start fighting, you get his ass kicked or not, and
over with.
yeah, get it over with. You know, where all these other guys would just run their ass off and they wouldn't stop. The only way they stopped would be you caught them, you know. And the Polish guys, and I always, you know, and as a, you know, you like 13, 14, you know, 15 being led by some 22-year-old guys, 25-year-old guys, you know, you don't know nothing, you just follow in the crowd. And that so impressed me, you know, how those Polish guys should do that, you know. So, but anyway, that's a childhood memory.
Oh, it's okay. I like
Chicago.
flashbacks.
You
It's all
know?
good.
It's like, you know, and it's all the great stuff that Polish people have done in society and all. And here it is. That's my basic memory. So we all have our
Polacks and pit bulls.
Polacks
You've heard it here.
and pit bulls. That's right. You know, so so besides getting ready to take a break, before we do, give everybody your Facebook page and website and stuff.
Okay, well, my Facebook page is facebook.com/HollyWolf to the rescue, and also my website is hollywolftotherescue.com.
And
Thank you.
That's right. And we are Breeder X. You are Breeder X. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Pitbull.
How about a pit bull?
Pitbull really works.
Pitbull. Release the dog in you. Pitbull energy drink. Sugar-free. Now in 3 new flavors. Cranberry pink grapefruit, pomegranate blueberry, and cherry lime. Pitbull. Taste the experience. When you need a pickup, it's time for a Pitbull. Pitbull. All right, so, hey, let's play. I think that's the very first Breeder X promo. You know, it's not the hard one. But just so if anybody is watching that hasn't seen it before, they're like, what is this Breeder X thing? Then hit your mouse, go on Facebook, hit YouTube, hit Google. We're actually on Google. You hit Breeder X and Foster Quarter, and we actually are like, we have front page Google stuff going on. I'm like, well, yeah, we 164,000 sites or something like that, they say. So I was like, what? You know, imagine if I had been arrested. You know, that would triple. You know, maybe I'm gonna have to do something wild and crazy before, you know, the premiere of Breeder X. You know, to get some media. As a matter of fact, Fox News, where you at? Fox News, the #1 news organization in the world. So if you're not Fox News, you know, do a story on Breeder X. Talk about what we're doing. If you're not Fox News being #1 and you want to be #1, then NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, all of you people, you media outlets, you better get with it. And as the kids used to say, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. You know?
Well, you know, that's another reason why social media is such a powerful tool. Like right now we're talking to people and hopefully they'll, you know, rebroadcast it and listen to it. There's people in this town, every person is almost, you know, 1 degree of separation from somebody who's in the industry.
And
I bet you every single one of these people has a pet or a dog.
That's right.
And
exactly.
Like you find the connection.
That's right. Johnny Depp.
I mean, quit.
Yeah, Justin Bieber, and my favorite, who I just can't. I forgot her name, doggone it, I forgot her name.
Let me challenge Justin Timberlake, because this guy has all rescues.
Yeah?
All rescues and pip mixes. And I question myself, and I question him, where is his activism?
Okay.
With his mouth.
That's right.
And the things that he does, and he's a smart man.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge, why aren't people in Hollywood jumping on it?
Oprah. My personal favorite.
Not Chicago.
Yeah, and Chicagoan. You know, I mean, as long as we've been on the web, all of you people out there, somebody's close. Gail, what the fuck? Okay? I mean, you know, honestly, what the fuck, man? You know, somebody tell Oprah that there is I'll give you the whole conversation. Okay. Have you seen this guy from Chicago? You got this 2 web shows, and he's doing these things with animals and dogs. Girl, you got to see this. Ain't nothing like it there. That'll start it off. Just tell the lady what we're doing. Okay, Dr. Cosby. God, you know, you've been in animals for years. You know, you have show dogs. God bless you. You gave me a scholarship to USC. Not by our personal relationship, but by the program at USC that you funded, you know, with your wife and Guy. You know, you guys, you know, part of me making Breeder X is a result of Dr. Cosby coming and speaking when we graduated, talking about writing. And he said, write what you know. You know, that's what a writer does, a good writer. Write what you know. And that's what I did with Breeder X. You know, I know the problem. You know, I know that there's a breeding problem in the world, in the United States, in the cities. And I know that there's a you know, dogfighting problem out there. I know that there's an adoption problem out there. I know that there's shelter problems. I know these things. So that's what I write about. It's what I have my passion. So, dag nabbit.
I mean, he's letting Betty White show him up. That's all I'm saying.
See, that's right. You know, and you know, Fat Albert would do the same thing. This is just the right thing. So, Dr. Cosby, hey, you know, give a brother some love. You know, because Breeder X, man, we just trying to change the world. You know, you guys, you know, Oprah, Dr. Cosby, Ellen DeGeneres, you guys have changed the world. You guys have made an impact. You know, you put your foot down. You said, I'm going to dare to be different. I'm going to put myself out there. You know the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the only thing that we need is a little support, you know, in the media. I'm not even asking for your money. You know, I don't want your money. Well, I could use some of it.
I'll take your money.
Yeah. I'll earn your money. You know, I'll help. I don't even want your money. The tax part that you need help with. Help, I'm telling you, I have low friends in high places. I know rescues around the world who, you know, there's organizations that's taking in $200 million a year, man, and people are driving Mercedes-Benzes as executives and making $400,000 a year running a animal organization. And, you know, with $400,000, do you know what I could do with all of the groups that, you know, because, see, part of the problem is there's no place that centrally has their feet on the ground around the country and around the world to know, you know, you can't sit in some corporate office, you know, in Manhattan and Chicago and Michigan Avenue on a, you know, 32nd floor where you ride the elevator up and they have the doorman and the security and you know, you ride to work in a Mercedes and all of this stuff and carry a corporate briefcase and know what's going on the ground in Cleveland, in Kentucky, in Chicago, in Atlanta, in Miami, in LA. And because I don't know what I am, but I do. You know, I've gotten out there and walked with the people. I've gotten out there and talked with the people. I made it a point to understand a lot of the problems. And I don't have the solutions, but I know the people who do. The people who have sat in these seats and on this show, the people who we brought in on Skype, the people who've talked to us through social media. You know, we know how to make an impact. We know how to change. But so anybody that's got a celebrity friend, contact, email, and I'm not talking about agent. You agents are great, but we live in Hollywood and we know agents about the 10 to 15%. Yeah. You know, so we need someone who is socially conscious that is a big name because, you know, that's the way that the media works. You know, so I'm just saying, Fox News, you bastards, help a brother out. Okay, so
Bill O'Reilly, you can stay away.
That's right. So yeah, exactly. And So Nancy Grace, you know, you talked enough about pit bulls, damn it. You know, have me on. I'll give you some truth. And you call them devil dogs, but I don't give a fuck. You know, like everybody, there's so many crazy people. And I know you got, you know, you're trying to sell commercials, so that's okay. So you're watching Conversations with a Pit Bull Live. We're going to play the first little promo. No, we're not. Well, we're going to play the Breeder X promo for you right now. Check it out. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Dad, what's for dinner?
Whoever came up with the term man's best friend, they couldn't have picked a better group of words to put together.
I've watched things in the human-animal interaction remain the same for years. Nothing has changed. Abusers, breeders, dog fighters maim and torture creatures who can't protect themselves. 1 month ago, I picked 3 of the worst animal abuse cases that I could find. I used these people to test my theory. What if the abusers got treated like the dogs they tortured?
Pardon me, I'm Detective Will. Detective Smith.
You're kidding, right?
You wanna go to jail today?
Herbie.
Boy, I told you about that dog.
The dog fight's going on. What's
I
going
ain't
on?
no snitch, bro. I don't know nothing.
1 hour and a half of fucking my dog, Carly.
Please, somebody help me.
Ooh, somebody help me. You know? Hey, okay, so with that, I was just explaining, just so you guys know, because that's the trailer, you know, that's a little overview, but it doesn't go into depth. You know, a lot of people still ask me, and they've been asking, well, what is it about? What is it about? And I say, watch the damn thing. But basically, Breeder X, in a nutshell, is a sort of a combination of, what's that? Damn, Law and Order and Dexter. Where we've taken, like Law and Order, we've taken true stories from the court system that have actually happened, changed the names to protect the guilty, and I've recreated these stories to show people, because most people don't hear about, you know, stories of animal abuse unless they're, you know, so outrageous that, you know, it becomes, if it bleeds, it leads in the media. I've taken these stories, and the character Jack Bellamy that I play, and I've been in the, you know, film business for 35, 40 years or more, and I made a point to never get in front of the camera. You know, I could have been in so many movies so long ago and SAG and all, and I never wanted to get in front of the camera. I'm behind the camera, I'm shooting it, I know a good scene, I know how to light, I know when it works. But I didn't want this show not to happen, and I know as a cinematographer and as a director that the best thing with an actor is when they know the character, you know, when they can become the character. And because of all of the issues surrounding the subject matter, I said, I gotta do it, because I didn't want to have to pick up the phone and say, hey, I got this location, we can shoot tomorrow, can you? Well, my agent booked me on you know, I'll be in Tahiti, whatever, you know, it's like, well, Foster, you know, I'm really not feeling it. If you could find, you know, you got any money, you know, all of that. So I said, okay, I'll jump out there and I'll play the role myself. But it's about Jack Bellamy, who, him and his wife have been trying to have a baby, and she has a miscarriage, and she's depressed, and he brings home a pit bull puppy to try to cheer her up, you know. And so this is their new little family. And the dog, 6 months later, the pit bull is kidnapped, stolen out of their yard, and later she sees the dog on the news when the police busts a dog fighting ring. And he was used as a bait dog, you know, and he's dead. And this causes Jack's prior childhood experience with animal abuse and child abuse from his father, because, and I don't want to give it away, but I do. When he was a kid, he had a little dog, and a Yorkie, and his father was mean, man, and who was played by Hawthorne James from Speed and a bunch of other movies. You guys know him, Big Red, and he's been in here in the studio from Chicago. Good friend, I've known him, so that's how we got this made. A lot of friends helped out. Well, his father comes in the bathroom when he's in there taking a bath and drowns his dog in the bathtub in between his legs when he's sitting in the bathtub. So that's been in the back of his mind since he was a child, and he never dealt with it. So when his wife shows their dog dead from dog fighting, this just causes him to go off, and he just says, I'm going to do something. So he starts to kidnap, torture, and sometimes murder people who've escaped the criminal justice system for animal abuse, dog fighting, and other crimes against animals. So
I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Me and Jack.
See, so, and we're going to make T-shirts coming soon, too. It's going to say, animal abusers don't know Jack. Breeder X.
Good.
So, because when you get to know Jack, you'll have a whole different attitude, So it's a fun show, despite how, dramatic and depressing that sounds. But because it's fun because, the technique is about the techniques in cinema and filmmaking, the technique of revenge, the technique of the person who deserves it getting what they deserve and not getting away with. Mm-hmm. Certain people have compared, Breeder X to Dexter, because what Dexter does, in balancing the scales per se is similar, and that may be actually I have to kind of go with that because
100%.
Yeah, I love Dexter. I love Dexter. So if we can get half the Dexter audience, we will change the world. You know how many people will become aware of animal abuse and what's right and what's wrong, and not just fluff it off as when you see some guy beating a dog, and think and hey, don't. Let's get Jimmy or Fluffy or Barbie or whatever we're going to call our dog. Let's get him fixed. Let's take him. Because you know what? If the dog doesn't get fixed, then when he gets out of the yard or whatever, he can have 2,000 puppies in a year or something, So
that's 2,000 puppies in the shelter who are going to die.
Exactly.
Because they're going to buy those puppies.
Exactly. Or at least 9,998. Because you probably get one and I get one and my friend, so
Stop.
So that's Breeder X, and you can support it. You don't have to you don't have to spend the money that I've spent and say, oh man, I don't have gas to get there and all of that stuff like we have done. You don't have to beg your friends to come out and act for you for no money. You don't have to say, hey man, can I borrow your camera? You don't have to say, damn, the bulb's burned out. One of those is $45. You don't have to do any of that. I've done it. You don't even have to pay a cable bill for this. You don't have to get out in the car and go down to the theater yet to pay $7 to $10, to see this. You can sit in your underwear, in your home, in your bed, in your car, at work, Pitbull Energy Drink, talking to me, and click the button, man. You can have some of the best entertainment that you've ever had in your life. And you can invite your friends, you can tell somebody else, and they will say, girl, how did you find out about that? I watched it. I'm so glad you sent that to me.
Because I talk like that, too.
That's right.
Girl.
That's right. And, it's just about, enjoying changing the world, man. Be part of it. I'm giving you guys something to work with. That's all I'm doing, and again, this is the Save My Life show. I'm going to be euthanized. I'm going to be put down. I'm going to be put in a gas chamber. I'm going to be heart sticked. If Breeder X it's already a success because I've done it, you know. So I don't look beyond myself for, gratification or acknowledgement. You know, the fact that I did for me, that stuff, you know. But for me personally, but for the cause of the purpose of us trying to do something, this is the best that I could do, man. I tell you the truth. You know, on here every week for 2 years almost now. We got at least 80. 90 hours of shows that we've done. We've affected change. I know that. You know, we've affected change. You know, Paula Archer. It's like, Danny. As a matter of fact, I gotta let you guys in on a secret. This is really Danny.
It's true.
You know, we live in Hollywood, and he's been going back and forth for a long time on, this whole personal issue that he had. And I said, hey, man, go for it, And he showed me the pictures, and he was going to be a little short, fat black lady. And, somebody donated to the cause, and my God. The miracles that you guys can do in science is incredible. So, Danny, I want to give you a hug like we never done. And look, he got breastises now.
Oh, my God. There it is.
So me and Danny got a brand new relationship, folks.
It's true. We're tight now.
That's right. Conversations with a pit bull is like, hey, so we're family. So we're going to take a commercial. No, we're not. We're going to not take a commercial. What we're going to do? Oh, the show is over. Oh, my God.
Oh, it's a shame.
All right, MICKEYMOUSC. Hey, we got to go, man. Time is up. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you,
And I'm
sir.
not going to hug you again because
Danny doesn't want
that's
that.
right. The brothers don't do it like that, okay? So, hey, man.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. It's all right. So, we love you.
Thank you.
Breeder X. Give them your website and Facebook again.
HollyWoofToTheRescue.com.
Hollywood. See you later.
Thank you.
One love.
I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message.